'Cause you got that like you, 'cause you got that something that I need, that I like, that I need. 'Cause you got that.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is up? BioShock's here today to bring you a discussion video. And this discussion video stems from the latest chapter of Dragon Ball Super, chapter 45. Now in the chapter, if you want to watch my review, I'll put it up here. It's very simple, self-explanatory. But what I want to go into in this video, it's the theory, or it's a big theory that's going around with the Dragon Ball community. Did Moro, or will Moro, end God Ki? And in the latest chapter, we've seen Moro was absorbing the ki from Goku and Vegeta, unsuspecting to them, until Vegeta tried to go Super Saiyan Blue again. He couldn't do it, and later on I'll show you some clips from the manga to further demonstrate my point to this theory. Super Saiyan Blue gone and Super Saiyan God gone, at least for this arc, because I don't believe Toyotarou or Toriyama, they're going to not get rid of God Ki completely, and they're not going to get rid of Super Saiyan Blue. They're not going to get rid of Super Saiyan God. It's too important to the series. They're too iconic now to do that. Basically, what I want to put in this video is my theory and my explanation of why this probably isn't the case. One being ki in itself within Dragon Ball, kind of relative to blood. You can lose a massive amount of blood and still survive. You'll be in critical state, but along with time, your blood cells will multiply. That you will get your blood back. Your blood is continuously multiplying. So even if you lose a large amount of blood, you will get the same amount of blood back because it regenerates. It comes back. It's your life essence. The same thing could be contributed with ki within Dragon Ball. We've seen Goku and Vegeta get their ki drained from other characters, such as Yakan, but at a much higher degree, with a much more efficient outcome. That being said, ki within this series is a natural thing to these characters. It's like blood. They get it back once they lose a certain amount of it. Once they overexert a certain amount, they get it back once they rest. But within the same sense, you could say God Ki within itself is not natural to Vegeta and Goku. Obviously, they had to be trained to be able to harness the energy with Whis. So you could make the argument, well, it's different because God Ki is not natural to them. I could accept that argument, but once again, we've seen cases where Goku and Vegeta have been worn out to exhaustion where they couldn't use God Ki anymore. Be it either they ran out of God Ki or they just lost stamina, but regardless, they've been able to rest up, get it back, and be able to use it all over again. But what I want to get into with these clip spots, I want to show you guys from the chapter and explain to you how this makes sense and how I don't think Super Saiyan God or God Ki in general from Goku and Vegeta is completely gone. It will return, obviously, but the thing is, it's not going to play a big of role in defeating Moro as they would rely on. Alright, so the first proof I want to add here. When Vegeta is facing Moro in Super Saiyan God, Moro is harnessing the energy of the planet. He's using his magic to use the life force of the planet to attack Vegeta. Now, this is where scaling kind of comes into play. Vegeta in Dragon Ball Super, at this point, him and Goku both, are easily universal level. They have universal attacks. They have shown to have universal durability, taking attacks from Toppo and Jiren, who are easily universal. But yes, these guys have universal durability, which means planetary attacks should not affect these guys at all. But here's where I'm thinking where Moro started the absorption without Vegeta knowing. As soon as he uses the planet's energy, as I will show you here, he catches Vegeta off guard. But as you can see right here, he has damage on his armor, on his face. He's literally damaged. Same with this spot too, once again getting caught off guard. Damage on the face, he has damage, there's obvious damage done to Vegeta. So with that taken into account, you could use that to clearly verify not only Vegeta's energy was being absorbed, but his strength as well, which is ki is the essence or the core of their strength. Without ki, they're not as powerful as they are. The next part I want to show, where Vegeta was getting limited, his strength was getting stolen. This attack right here, Moro attacks with a wave of the planet Namek, which, like I said, of itself, this is not really that impressive of a feat. At most, you could count it planetary maybe, because it's not the planet's life at this point. This is just the ground. But you could use it that it has the life of the planet within it, along with Moro's magic. That's what else you gotta take into consideration. These attacks are endowed with Moro's magic to some degree, but regardless of that, Vegeta struggling to blast it, barely stops it. He's struggling in Super Saiyan God against a planetary level attack, if you want to call it that. And as you can see right here, he's able to stop it But look at the size of that compared to Vegeta. That's really nothing. Another big indicator I want to put here, Vegeta is stopped by a barrier of the planet's energy, used by Moro, and he stops. Look closely to this. This is a basic ass barrier of the planet's energy. Alright, this is the life of the planet, its energy. Basic barrier. As you can see, there is a way around Moro. He's not completely surrounded. He only has the front part of him defended. The backside of him is completely exposed, yet Vegeta stops. Vegeta in God form should easily be able to speed blitz this. It makes no sense for Vegeta to stop here and just not speed blitz around. He should know that there's obviously an opening on the other side. This isn't a complete and utter 100% defense move. At the same time, it's also not a very large defensive barrier. It's very small. It's very ineffective, honestly. It'd be ineffective against much other opponents if it wasn't Moro. And it's not really an absolute defense. It's not a very good defense, to be honest, in the scales of Dragon Ball. Now, this panel in itself, I think, is very good evidence to imply that Moro was stealing their strength, just their power level in general was decreasing immensely. It just wasn't their energy, it was their power level decreasing immensely. Vegeta in Super Saiyan God against Moro was speed blitzed. This is undeniable fucking evidence. Speed blitz. He's there 1 minute, he's behind Vegeta the next. Obviously Vegeta is able to defend against it, but he still struggles against the attack, even though it is the planet's energy. Like I said, that's a planetary attack Moro has in his hand. Vegeta at this point has easily universal durability, which makes no sense why he would struggle against that. Usually if Vegeta's energy was the same, an attack like this from the planet really shouldn't do much harm to him. Their power level in general, that's getting sapped. Now, Vegeta goes Super Saiyan Blue and easily speed blitzing Moro back. He takes him out. Not entirely. He kicks him in the water, and Moro's in the water for a good while. And after this is done, Vegeta powers down. Now, look here. Look real closely at this panel. Vegeta's sweating. Remember that. Vegeta is sweating and he's saying, phew. In no way, shape, or form, if this is a regular fight between Vegeta, let's assume Moro didn't start collecting energy until he was kicked in the water. Alright? Let's do that. Vegeta should not be that worn out from that fight, because in that fight in and of itself, honestly, Vegeta, for the most part of that fight, had it in his hand. He had it. This further strengthens my argument that from the start, possibly from when Moro landed on the planet, he was absorbing energy. And as you can see here, Goku immediately notices that the planet's energy is getting taken away. He notices it coming from himself. This could also be a strong argument against he didn't start taking it until now. Because why would Goku just now notice that his energy is getting sapped? I think Moro is only taking it from the planet and Vegeta at this point. But the only reason why Goku notices this at this point, at this degree, Moro has increased the rate of absorption from the planet and everyone else. He's increased the overall output of how much he wants to take in. So that's why at this point I think Moro just increased it. Further proof of this, Moro comes out of the water and he's not scathed. After a kick from Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, who should be leagues and bounds beyond Moro, he's unscathed. Another good example of when Moro was increasing the rate of consumption of the planet and everyone else. You start seeing orbs of energy at an astounding rate from the planet come towards Moro. This is very similar to the Genki Dama. The only difference is this isn't Genki. This is not Genki that Goku would use for a Genki Dama. This is life energy. Genki is not life energy. Genki is spirit. The other way I can prove this, it is stated in the manga and possibly in the Daizenshuu that you have to have a pure of heart to use Genki. Moro is obviously not a pure of heart. And then we have the obvious, I can't turn Super Saiyan. Now, this in and of itself does not only validate that Moro is not only taking their God Ki, but their Ki in general. Because before, Vegeta was trying to turn into a Super Saiyan Blue. Okay. But in this panel, he says of himself, I can't turn Super Saiyan. He can't turn Super Saiyan in general. He can't turn Blue, he can't turn God, he can't turn Super Saiyan 1 or 2. He can't turn Super Saiyan. He has no energy, and Goku here thought so. He's been absorbing out energy too. So basically, overall, as what I've shown you, Moro has a certain amount of control over how much ki he can absorb at what rate he can absorb it. Because if you're taking energy from Vegeta and the planet in and of itself, at the same time, not only are you getting stronger, Vegeta is losing strength, he's losing ki. Stamina wise, he's fine. It's just that the strength and energy are one and the same, which is why Vegeta's getting hurt by planet level attacks, why he's getting hurt by regular energy ki blasts. But in the same sense, I do believe Moro was draining their energy at an astounding rate. It just wasn't as obvious to Goku until he started increasing the amount he was taking in. That being said, do I think Super Saiyan God's gone? Do I think God Ki from Goku and Vegeta are gone completely? No, I don't think it is. As I stated in the earlier in the video, Ki within itself in Dragon Ball is like blood. I really don't know of a way you could take God Ki away from Goku and Vegeta, because it's Ki, it's a natural thing. Goku and Vegeta have learned God Ki. They've mastered God Ki. It is now a part of them. It's natural for them to acquire now. At the same time, you probably could drain all the ki from that person at a specific moment. I don't believe you can drain the ki from one person permanently. That's all I had to say in this video. I don't think Super Saiyan God or God Ki in general is gone from Goku and Vegeta. They're going to get it back. The only difference is with Moro, they're going to have another way to beat him. They're not going to have to rely on brute strength and God Ki to beat this guy. They will get it back, obviously. It's not gone. After this fight's over, they'll be able to use it again. It's not a big deal. People are just freaking out over nothing. Overall, I'm done. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure to comment, like the video, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next one. Have a nice day.